Talk to me. This is Talk to Me on the Healer Heart Network. I am Bob the Healer. I'm back for day 23. We have really been doing the work together, and I want to commend you on all showing up on time, and really putting forth the work to heal your entire bloodline. Okay, because that's really what we're doing on this channel. Okay, so thank you for doing that and putting in the work. I'm excited and hopeful to really get into some real things today. Yes, I want to get into a topic that many people don't like to talk about, but all are experiencing. And that conversation is money growth. hmm Money growth while also experiencing emotional pressure, okay, at the same time. And so I want you to sit back, relax, participate in the conversation, of course, or don't, up to you. But I'm just going to talk about my experiences as well as share some tips and some healing tricks, honey, on how to navigate through this time. We'll also, of course, later in the show, do an oracle reading for all of us to get adjusted. Okay? So sit back, relax, and if you're new here, make sure you are subscribed. And if you are returning, comment below. I want to see who in the Healer Heart community is in today's show today. Now, money growth is something that I've experienced, and I have experienced since like my 20s. Okay, I was one of the first in my family to graduate college. I was one of the first in my family, my immediate family, to leave the nest and branch off. And as a millennial, my entire generation is someone who's experienced different forms of money growth. Yes, we've all seen how you can literally sit in your home and make money from home. Yes. And I've noticed whenever I'm making the most money in life, I'm sitting at home. And it says it in my birth chart too. It's hilarious. But what I notice is that millennials, we've been taught differently. We've experienced money growth in different ways. And if you go look at our generation, we've also experienced a lot of traumatic situations. And it's required a level of resilience in us. I think that's what I really want to get into today. Okay. Some of you are currently watching and you're experiencing a master plan unfolding. Yes. You are experiencing the unfolding of your life while at the same time dealing with destruction. Hi, welcome to the live. Yes, that's what we're talking about. Get you a pen and a pad and let's take some notes. First, we're talking about what you're going to experience. Okay, because some of you are going through that, some of you have never been through it. I'm just sharing my personal experience of money growth while also dealing with emotional changes and the emotional pressure that comes with more money. Because you're saying you need more money, but are you prepared on what to do with it? Are you prepared on how to welcome money into your environment? Do you know the patterns and the behaviors that you repeat when you have money and you get rid of it? So it's not just necessarily about making money. It's about how can you cultivate financial literacy. It's about building financial legacy. And that requires a level of discipline and obedience that many are not ready for that transformation. Hi, welcome in. If you're new here, you know what to do. Subscribe. So you could be experiencing the old version of you dwindling off while a new version of you is transforming and being born. And so you have to give yourself grace for that process. When one is transitioning through life at a fast cellular rate, we are sending out frequencies in all areas, okay? Not just in where we want growth. Oui, I do speak a little French, okay? And Espanol un poquito. What I've learned also, side note, is as a spiritual and intuitive, I can understand all languages, even if I can't speak them. I really can. One of my old employers was he was an international immigrant, and he came to America and he only knew Mandarin, and I didn't know a lick of Mandarin, but I had been to China before, so I understood. And when you do spiritual work and you're psychic, maybe when you're tapped in, you really don't need to know the language. You can read energy. You can read when someone's disrespecting you in a different language. You really can. You can read when someone's frustrated. One of my first readings ever, guys, it was a free reading, right? I'm just sitting on the beach, and this was in LA, and this guy comes up to me. He's like trying to talk to me in English, and he's like, "Do you, can you are you do readings?" And at the time, I wasn't like a reader. I didn't think I was, at least. And I was like, "Sure, yeah, I'll give you a reading," but I don't know Spanish that well. I know Spanish, but I'm not fluent. And so, as I'm trying to interpret things, I sit there and he's getting everything. He literally gets the entire message. And it was a very profound message for his entire life. And now, this was like 2022. Now, looking at what's happening in society and everything, I don't even want to speak the name of it, but you know what I'm saying, for immigrants, the message was so powerful and so transformative. It was so good. And I was so grateful that he was able to receive that message, even though we had language barrier. But that's how powerful spirit is. Music, dance, food, all these things break language. It's that feeling, it's the community that we all get from one another that has no word for it. And you can, all languages know that feeling of revolution, and all cultures know love and heritage. So I said that to say I know different languages, but as a spiritual healer, you really don't need that. You just need to be in tune with the heart space with your clients. You have to be able to connect with your clients no matter where they're from or who they are, you know? Because we all want love. We really do. We all need love to survive and to be in our most abundant spirits. So, giving yourself love and grace as you go and you grow. Know that you have what it takes to make it to that next leg in your journey. Know and trust that in yourself. When we say that, when we embody that, we show the universe. We tell God, we are ready for this new capacity. Now, what that also means is that we have built up resistance for this amount of stress. Movement and exercise is one of the best ways to manifest and to transform your energy into wealth. I'm telling you, write that down. It has become essential for me. Before major transitions in life, and before major transitions in life, it elevates me to the frequency that is required for massive amounts of work and discipline. Yes. And what does Bob the Healer mean by that? When you're exercising and you're moving that energy around, you learn to build up a resistance, a tolerance, that even though things are painful, you are doing the work. Even though you're sweating, honey, and you're moving that energy around, you know you're taking care of your body. You know this is healthy for you. And movement moves stagnant energy that's been keeping your money looking funny. Health is wealth. Movement is medicine. And during times and emotional cycles When you feel that pressure is expanding, you have to move that energy. And sometimes money pressure can push you into situations where you're also experiencing loss and grief. And sometimes, while you're going through this loss and grief, you are financially elevating too. You have the pressures of your finances are changing, but you're also dealing with loss and grief in various areas of your life. You ever heard more money, more problems? During your phase to enrich your life and get rich, we will experience loss and grief. And how you navigate that with grace and compassion is important. It's very important because we're learning how to deal with pressures as you gain more responsibility. This is all about the test of life. Are you truly ready for more? Then act like it. This means it is required to rework and work out your mindset on your money. It means shaping up to the level of responsibility to handle your problems with ease. And that requires surrender. You must reframe your state of mind around stress and money. When you tell money, I need you, you give off this energy of need. That's an emotional state. Money starts as a thought and responds to how we think about it. And a lot of us have these emotional patterns and emotional ties to money. And stress is one of them. Okay? Some of us stress to propel towards more money. Okay? And some of us stress. Cameo by my puppy. And some of us stress while others stress to avoid money talks altogether. Some of us are stressed and we are always talking about money. Welcome in to the new subscribers. Thank you guys for watching, joining. Shout out to you for really putting in the work. It's about creating a real, intimate, honest relationship with how you view money. It's important how your emotions can hinder or harm your bank account. That's why it's necessary to do the energetic work that is required when you want that rich life. Okay? Money spells don't work, baby. And if you're not ready to do the work, the internal work to keep the riches and the finances, you will detract it. You will dispel it. And you won't be able to keep it. That's why money spells don't work. Spirit knows what you really need. You can keep asking for millions, but if you don't have the spiritual fortitude, to maintain that peace, you'll spend all your money on trying to obtain peace. This is about having a grounded, financially clarifying conversation that's not built on neediness or lack. Your finances, okay, are rarely about money. Your finances are really about your beliefs and behaviors around money. I'm telling you, it's true. You gonna go sit down with that financial advisor, when really you need to book a reading with Bob the Healer. I'm gonna get you right. I'm not even kidding. I sat down with the financial advisor and ended up doing most of the work. Not kidding. Okay, I sat down with a life coach and a therapist, and all of us came to this conclusion it has nothing really to do about having money. It's the beliefs, the traditions, and the mindset you have or were taught about money. And the emotional pressures just bring out these behaviors that you have around money. Can we really get into the to some real things? Energetic work is money work. Stress can deeply affect your health, which deeply, hi guys, which deeply affects your wealth. You cannot buy your life. Doesn't matter how much money you have. That's why wealth is your health, and your health is your wealth. Because people get to the end of their lives and I've seen millionaires on their deathbed and they're not looking at their bank account. They're over here thinking about how much time they wish they had, not to spend more money, but to spend more time with the people they love. And so when we get out of survival mode and into abundant frequency, we recognize what we've been chasing all along. And it requires a level of awareness of our emotional state and frequency. Hi, welcome in. Welcome to the live. Emotional drainage and physical drainage, which affects your financial abundance and your financial accounts, tends to show up when you value your working life more than your health. You see where the correlation is going? Your health starts deteriorating because you're not valuing that, and then your finances start to dip. And it doesn't have to just be your physical health. It could be your mental, your spiritual, or even emotional health. And don't feel called out, honey. We all done experienced it. Okay, personally, I'm speaking from my own healing experience. So everybody want to be outside when I'm online today. I think that's some. I get the people going. I really do. At the emotional level, this is really about lack of self-worth. hmm High value people don't overwork themselves. High value people take vacations, honey. You want to be rich? You have to treat yourself in a rich way. You are your rich magnet. You are your money magnet, honey. And if you're treating yourself in a way that's not wealthy, if you're allowing other people to devalue you through the way they treat you and what you tolerate, okay? Bubby, come here. Like I said, high value people vacation, they enjoy abundance in all forms, okay? If you want to be abundant, you got to get comfortable in abundance. You have to build intimate relationship with luxury, not a superficial one, okay? They know they are worth it. They know they are worth it. You're worth it. You're worth having a savings account. You're worth having your bills paid. Okay? You're worth having a vacation 2 to 3 times a year. You're worth that. Do you know that? Because what I've learned is that we can go through and look at our family history and their beliefs on wealth and abundance, because sometimes the thought is not your own. Sometimes, and this is how generational wealth gets started, it's really in the beliefs that are passed down from generation to generation. And that's what makes this so important. Okay? So let's go ahead and get us an oracle. We want to know financial clarity. Okay? We want clear directions on exact steps, spirit. Okay? Exact steps on how to activate our most luxurious, financially abundant energy and frequency. That's what we're here for. Okay? And if you're new here, make sure you're subscribed. You have to know that you can transform. You have to know your power and your authority. You have to speak things as they already are. I'm rich. I'm wealthy. I'm blessed and I'm abundant. Some of y'all need some of that mirror magic, honey. Hi guys, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Make a list. So we're gonna do. Okay, I want you to be very clear on what your financial trajectory is going to be. Some of you guys are going to be birthing up this new world. Telling you, I don't miss. Okay? Okay, some of you are birthing in new business projects. Okay? New business deals are coming to you. Some of you are starting an online business. And you have to nurture yourself through this process. So transforming is not just happening in your career and in your finances. It's happening in how you take care of you and how you show up for yourself. That's the work. You want that money to come in, you want those partnerships to align. Treat yourself how you're charging. Uh-huh. Because when wealth shows up, it wants to know you're the right person. Telling you. Okay? There's no excuses. You heard it here first. God is giving you your full attention. These are, okay, somebody gets it. Okay, period. And when you get that money, honey, book that reading. Okay? Put some money in my pockets. Praise God. And you got to harmonize with your desires. That's what Spirit is trying to get you to do. You know, Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision down and make it plain so that you can run with it. So that you may run with it. Okay? Your angels want to help you, but honey, they don't know what you want. Oh my God, I can't make it up. I'm telling you, baby, I can't make it up. This is so good. It reads like a good book. Honey. The card literally says, "What do I want? What do I want, and why do I want it?" Ooh, thank you, Spirit. When you acknowledge what you do not want, then ask yourself, what is it that I do want? So some of you, you're not clear. You're like, okay, I want finances, but I don't know what to do with the money. I don't know how to get the money. We're not worried about that. Work backwards. You know you don't want to be poor. You don't want to be in poverty no more. So you need to make a list of all the things you was doing when you was in poverty. How you was nurturing yourself and taking care of yourself when you were poor, and do the opposite. Okay? It's about acknowledging God in all forms. hmm it's recognizing that God is a powerful God and has this authority to create. I mean, he created you, and so God can create the wealth. But God needs to know what your plan is. And if you don't got a plan, then move out of God's way and listen for one. Shout out to my top fans. Okay, my day one A1s. Thank you for being a part of the community. I appreciate you. So here's the steps Spirit is telling us to do. We need to get ready because money's coming in. There's an influx of abundance that is headed your way. Are you prepared on what to do with it? I want you to list out all the things you're getting ready to birth in this financially luxurious life you're creating. It's not about your job. It's not about transforming others, but it's your job to transform you. Okay? It's your job to transform you. And we need to figure out clearly what it is you want your new financially abundant life to look like. This is financial wealth. This is legacy planning. And then I want you to harmonize with it. That's how you're calling it forward. This is important. Anytime you feel negative emotions, like, nah, that's not realistic. I don't know any people with millionaires in my family. That's too hard. How am I going to get the money for that? Bye. Stop and say, there's a reason why I'm feeling this emotion. And why am I feeling that? What is it that I really want? And that moment, you're turning your attention away from what you don't want, and you're propelling that energy into attracting what you do. And in that exact moment, that feeling will change your trajectory. This is the process of pivoting right into the vibrational frequency of abundance. Your mind is used to lack, but a part of training the mind is to resist thinking you cannot have abundance. It's a muscle. So as you're getting more frequently aligned with this abundance, know that there's more opportunities for you to change your negative thought into a positive one. That's all it is. We are aligning with the frequency of abundance. Everything is working for your good. Everything is in divine timing. This message is divinely timed. And a part of harmonizing with our desires is learning to move with ease. Okay? You send out the energy to the universe, and allow for these things to come to you with ease. Okay? Now, I understand. Personally, I'm going through this with you. Okay? I'm your guide, but I'm walking with you. And I understand that life be life. Okay? And it can be an experience to transition through this journey. And so this is what we need to do as a collective to stay on this frequency consistently. This is speaking over your life. It says, my career is one of creating a joyful life experience. Speaking joy over your finances. I don't care what it looks like. That's temporary. But if you keep talking like that, it's going to be permanent. So speak joy. Speak joy. We're creating a life of joy. So that, because let me tell you something, joy is a frequency where it's unconditional. Yes, baby. It's not based on condition. It's not based on circumstance. Okay? And then you become joy. Start telling the story of your finances in the way that you want it to be rather than as it is. Because, baby, the universe believes whatever you say is fact. And that's exactly what's going to happen. If you want effective, substantial change in your life and in your finances, you must think thoughts that feel different as you think them. Okay? Let's go back to some of those negative thoughts. Okay? So I can show you how to shift, transmute. Okay? I love the support, guys. I really do. I really love when you guys show up and support and get this good message. It's a beautiful thing. Okay? However you get it, you're here, you came, and you showed up and you're ready to do the work. And so if we go back to a negative thought of like, okay, I don't know if this is possible, but what if it is? I've never had a millionaire in my family. You could be the first. And that thought alone will align you with a total different energy. It will raise your vibrational vortex and expand your capacity to think more. Because now we're not thinking about what we can't do. We're thinking about all the possibilities of what we can. Money is always aligned with opportunities. And when we are looking for the opportunity to be positive about our opportunities, we align with more positivity. Because some of y'all don't believe that you can earn more. Yeah. And it's really about your self-belief. It's in your solar plexus. Baby, I'm wearing orange today because this is all tied to the solar plexus, okay? Which governs our self-will. If we believe we can get up and achieve something. And you have to nurture that. You have to show up ready to nurture that. There's nothing wrong with you. You just aren't doing the work, the internal work that's required for your best, most luxurious self to show up. You're depleted, but you want to be abundant. You got to work on your energy. And so for you to have this, you have to believe it. It's a belief thing. And some things you can do to work on your self-belief are mantras, mirror work, identifying your negative thoughts without shame, and aligning with your passions. I'm so passionate to do this that I've been on here for this is day 23. Y'all ain't paying me. I'm not making no money doing this. But the energy of giving to others and helping other people heal, God will bless me. Trust me. I've seen it. It's a spiritual bank. I'm in the right energy for an opportunity. Okay, there's somebody on this live that's gonna see this good work and say, I'm booking a reading with her. Okay, I want her and only her. But if I wasn't ready for that opportunity because I didn't believe in my gifts and what I could do to help others, someone's gonna miss their blessing. There's something that you do that is magnificent. And as soon as I said that, it was like, well, yeah. That other people are gonna come to you for. But when you're not showed up in that right energy, of self-belief, of confidence. Yes, baby, I am a spiritual mama, okay? And you my baby. Look at that. I am a spiritual mother. Yes, people have told me that. My mom, most of my life, called me mommy when I didn't even have kids. And she called me mommy. She was like, "You just act like a little mother." What's so ironic is two kids just walked by without their mom. When you align with your passions and your pleasures, it helps you to experience joy and to speak more joyful things over your life. But it starts off with self belief, okay? You gotta believe that you have what it takes. That if God gave you that idea, that bill, okay, that problem, that He knows you can solve it. Yes, it's a good thing. Yes. Okay. And that's what God is telling we need to do. We have to stay in this level, in this vibrational frequency of joy, so that we can receive the opportunities that are good for us. We have to know our worth. We have to know who we are. And we have to walk in that authority so that the people that are looking for us can find us. There she is. There he is. See, I was looking for somebody that does exactly what you do, and you were just walking in the room at the right time with the right energy, and I just looked at your way. And you're like, oh, wow, God's been preparing me this whole time energetically to take on these clients, to take on this wealth, okay? To take on this level of responsibility. And I'm so grateful that I chose not to say no. Thank you guys so much for joining the talk with me today on money and emotional patterns and learning how to navigate all these pressures as we deal with these transitions in life. If you're new here, you know what to do. Subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next episode, okay? Until next time, bye bye.